guys, Ron Divine here. Hope you're doing fabulous as always. So guys, today I wanted to talk to you about creating your life. Yeah, and I know it might sound a little strange and you're like, how can I create my life? I'm already who I am. But we're going to get into this right after this. All right, guys, welcome back. So yeah, how do you create your life? Who are you? How are you where you are today? And how do you get to where you want to be, right? So I want you guys to really understand the most powerful tool in this universe, okay? And it comes from the Bible, believe it or not, of course. You know, I like to keep things grounded in God and Jesus and so forth. But when you stop and think about who you are right now, you are a product right now of what you spoke and thought in the past. Let me say that again. You are a product of everything that you thought and spoke into existence. Now you're like, Ron, well, how is that even possible? I hear people doing these positive affirmations and they don't ever get any better. The problem is people love to start something and then they quit shortly thereafter, okay? So when you stop and think of your tongue, God spoke everything into existence. The only thing he didn't speak into existence was you. He created you out of the dust of the earth, and then he breathed his life into you, right? Everything else, he spoke into existence. Now, when you look at the power of your tongue, you are now a product of what you have spoken in your past, and you're like, nah, Ron, not me. I mean, I've always been a positive person, but have you really watched the words that you're speaking? You know, we as human, we could be talking with our best friend and we're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I didn't make that much money this week. You know, and next week is not looking any better. But really, what you're doing is you're speaking your own life into existence. That's why you got to guard your tongue and you got to guard your brain. Right? Now, I'm not talking about your normal brain, the part where you're able to speak and talk. I'm talking about your subconscious brain, because what you put into there happens automatically, right? So I want you to stop and think about something. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But what a lot of people don't know is that word heart there in the Bible is actually the word for your subconscious brain, right? And so what you put into your subconscious brain is what you become. Now, how do we program our subconscious brain? We have to continue to speak to it over and over and over again because it's already been programmed. It's been programmed since you were a baby, from the things our parents told us and spoke over our lives, from the things we started seeing and speaking into existence. So we have to reprogram it, right? And when you're reprogramming something, it doesn't happen overnight, guys. It is a steady battle that you have to go through on a daily basis to make sure that you position yourself to where your future looks different than other people. This is the reason morning affirmations are so important. Nighttime affirmations are so important. All day long affirmations are so important because when you speak those into existence, they're getting down into your subconscious brain. It doesn't just happen. You know, you have to visualize it. You have to speak it. You have to feel it. You have to become it, you know. I want you guys to understand, we look at like Jesus and we look at God and we're like, oh yeah, but they're God. You know, what they did, I can't do, right? Even though when Jesus is dying on the cross, he said, greater works will you do than those that I have done, right? He said that. And yet we look at it and we're like, I can't live up to God. I can't be what God created me to be. When he fully intended you to walk and be what he's called us all to be. He's called us to have dominion over this earth. Well, Ron, that's God, and he can speak things into existence, but I can't. You're wrong. Okay? You have the power. I want you to stop and think about a man in the Bible called Ezekiel, right? When he was at the land of the dry bones, where all these bones were there, and God said to him, speak to the bones to come back to life. And that he did. And then the bones started fusing together. And then God told him, speak breath into their lungs. And he spoke breath into their lungs, and all of these dry bones came alive. So if he was able to do it, then that means you have the ability, right? So whatever you speak out of your mouth eventually becomes your reality. So we as individuals need to be extremely careful what we say. That's why the Bible says life and death are in the power of the tongue. You are either speaking life over your body or you're speaking death over your body. And when you get around people and you find yourself not speaking properly, then that's a clue right there, guys, that maybe these aren't the people that I need to be around. When you get around people that are saying, hey, Ron, don't you say that. You know that you're creating your life. Those are the people that you need to be around. People who are going to hold you accountable. People who are going to lift you up. People who are going to motivate you to become a better version of yourself than you are right this moment. Now, guys, is it easy? No, because our brain is constantly getting thoughts, negative thoughts, positive thoughts. The difference is those thoughts that come through your natural brain, not your subconscious, they can't hurt you. All they can do is sit there and flutter through. I have to make a conscious decision to ponder those things, visualize those things, and when I'm visualizing what I'm speaking, it's going into my subconscious brain. So if they're just passing through, let them pass. You know, it doesn't matter what they're there. You have to be conscious enough to know that I'm controlling my future, and so I am going to think on things that are positive and uplifting. And those other thoughts, I'm just going to let them pass right through because they can't control who I am. So I'm going to let those pass, and then I'm going to speak the positive things into existence. If you need more money in your life, you need to start speaking finances into your life. You need to start saying, you know what, I am the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I am a lender and not a borrower, right? You need to continue to speak it into your life. And guys, you know what? People might think you're crazy, and I don't care if they do, because you know what? When you arrive to where you're supposed to be, and they're still stuck where they are, and they're going to wonder, how did you get there? Well, you remember when you used to think I was silly by doing those affirmations over my life in front of you, around everywhere? Now you know how I got there. If you want to get there, start speaking life into your situation. Start speaking finances into your situation. Start speaking health into your situation. Start speaking your kids growing up and being raised properly. See, guys, if you do this properly, you teach this to your kids at a young age, just think about how much more advanced they will be in their life than we were, because we didn't know these things, right? So when you speak it over their lives and you teach them to speak over their lives, now all of a sudden they're in a whole different league. All right, guys? Anyways, hope you got something out of this short little video. You know I'm here to give you a spirit of increase, because I know if I give you that spirit of increase, you will change your perspective. And when you change your perspective, you will change your life. And then guess what? We can change this world one person at a time. And guys, don't forget to like and comment down below. All my links are in the description. So go ahead and check out my courses and everything else that I got going on, all right? And make sure you hit me up on social media as well. Guys, make sure you create yourselves a fabulous day.